On this video, guys, we are talking about what we are expecting on your favorite series, Braveheart. So obviously, you people know that I've been covering episodes ranging from the marriage of Meher and Sarab, which I did cover, and talked about everything, including how Sarab will find out that Meher actually is pregnant for the ex. Check out my channel in case I've not watched it, and watch the video. Then we are also now talking about how it turns out that Manav also is alive, and Manav will actually come back, and the whole drama surrounding Manav coming back, and also how Sarab is trying to accept Meher even though he is feeling a bit somehow about the pregnancy. A lot of drama have happened, including when she'll give birth. So I'm covering everything. So this video continues the last video I posted on the show. Don't forget to subscribe in case you have not subscribed to the channel, guys, as we jump straight into the video of today on Braveheart.
The Gill family enjoys a meal together and everyone praises Meher's cooking. When asked about the secret behind such delicious food, an elder says recipes can be learned from the internet, but love cannot. He points to the affection between Meher and the children, saying that love is the true ingredient in her cooking. Although Dolly warns the family not to pamper their new daughter-in-law too much, everyone continues showering Meher with praise. Kulwant also advises Meher that when she has children of her own, she must never let Param feel like an orphan because he's an innocent child. After dinner, Param insists that only Mother Meher can put him to sleep and even asks her to promise that she will always comb his hair. Watching the growing bond between them, Sarab becomes deeply troubled. He realizes Param is becoming emotionally attached to Meher and worries that her eventual departure will devastate his son. Later, Sarab wakes Param and tells Meher that it is better for the child to face disappointment now than develop false hopes. He explains that once Meher leaves, Param will lose another mother and he cannot keep bringing new women into his son's life. Since he helped Meher by agreeing to their temporary marriage, he asks her to repay that favor by making Param hate her before she leaves. He pleads with her to become such a bad mother that Param never wants to call anyone mother again. Meher refuses, arguing that children are innocent and should not be dragged into the problems between adults. Sarab counters that just as she is protecting her unborn child, he has every right to protect his own son. Seeing how inseparable Param has already become from her in less than a week, he begs her once more to find a way to make the boy hate her. The next morning, Param eagerly follows Meher into the kitchen and asks what she's cooking for him. Before Meher can answer, Sarab deliberately tells her that Param hates pumpkin and suggests she avoid making it. Understanding what Sarab is trying to do, Meher calmly announces that she will prepare only pumpkin. Param immediately bursts into tears, insisting that he hates pumpkin and wants chicken instead. Dolly seizes the opportunity to criticize Meher, claiming she has already begun treating Param like a stepmother. Although another family member points out that Meher merely chose a different dish, Dolly continues fueling Param's disappointment. Even when someone offers to have the cook prepare chicken and rice, Param refuses, declaring that he will only eat food cooked by Mother Meher. Meanwhile, at Kulwant's house, Yuvi pretends to be the head of the household while ordering others around and demanding a massage. Kulwant proudly says his confidence proves he is destined for greatness. When someone asks why he left school so early, Kulwant replies that she will arrange for him to attend another school at the right time. Yuvi proudly repeats Kulwant's plan of becoming a minister after Meher's marriage while he becomes the village chief. Kulwant happily blesses him and performs rituals to ward off the evil eye, especially from Dolly, whom she believes is jealous of their success. Back at the Gill house, the family sits down to eat. Dolly mocks Meher's pumpkin dish and praises the cook's chicken instead. She again taunts Meher, saying poor Param has not eaten all day because his mother insists on feeding him something he hates. Instead of arguing, Meher gently explains to Param that pumpkin is full of nutrients, gives strength and energy, improves digestion, and helps the body fight germs. She cleverly tells him that all superheroes eat pumpkin. Excited by the idea of becoming stronger, Param happily begins eating the pumpkin. He enjoys it so much that he finishes 2 plates and even declares that superheroes eat pumpkin every day instead of chicken or eggs. Sarab is surprised that Meher's plan has had the opposite effect. Rather than making Param dislike her, she has won him over even more. He reminds her that he asked her to make Param hate her, not convince him to eat healthy food. Meher simply says she wanted to try another approach, and the results speak for themselves. Later, Param asks Meher to help him with his homework because Sarab is terrible at drawing and once embarrassed him by sketching an apple that looked like a pineapple. As Sarab watches Param's growing dependence on Meher, Meher sadly realizes that every attempt to distance the little boy only makes him love her more. She wonders how she can ever make such an innocent child hate her as Sarab has requested. Param asks Meher to help him with his homework because the assignment is to write about his mother. Sarab admits that he cannot help because he's terrible at drawing and writing such things. Param happily writes that Meher plays with him, gets him ready for school, bathes him, cooks delicious food, and loves him very much. He innocently asks Meher to promise that she will never hate him and says he will always love her. His heartfelt words leave Meher emotional because she remembers Sarab's request that she make Param hate her before leaving. As she puts him to sleep, she apologizes to the innocent child, knowing she has no idea how she could ever hurt him. Meanwhile, Robbie receives a threatening call from the people he owes 50,000 rupees, warning that if he fails to pay by the next day, both he and his family will face serious consequences. Pretending the money is for goods he imported for a new business venture, he asks Harleen for help. Harleen agrees to request the money from Meher, who now keeps the household keys. However, before Harleen can do so, Sarab reminds everyone that Meher had already entrusted the keys to him for safekeeping. He retrieves them from the cupboard and hands them to Harleen, allowing Robbie to get the money while quietly preventing Meher from being blamed for any future problems. Still frustrated that his pumpkin plan failed, Sarab decides he must personally come up with another way to separate Param from Meher. Soon afterwards, Starks arrives with paperwork for Meher's passport renewal. He explains that she must sign the application using her married name, Meher Kaur Gill. Meher calmly refuses. She insists that she'll continue using her birth name, Meher Kaur Dhillon, because it carries her late father's identity and she's proud of it. Her refusal shocks the family, especially Dolly, who sees it as disrespectful to her husband's family. After everyone disperses, Sarab privately questions why Meher embarrassed the family in front of everyone instead of discussing it with him first. Meher replies that she was asked publicly, so she answered publicly. To her surprise, Sarab reminds her of the promise he made after their wedding, that although her home would change, her identity never would. He assures her that he has no intention of breaking that promise and instructs Starks to prepare the passport in Meher Kaur Dhillon's name. However, he also reminds Meher that she must keep her side of their agreement by making Param hate her before she leaves for Europe. Dolly continues complaining that a married woman should adopt her husband's surname, but Sarab firmly defends Meher. He explains that a person's name does not define who they are and that no one should be forced to change their identity. He points out that Dolly herself remained the same person despite changing her surname after marriage, proving that names do not change someone's character. His speech earns praise from the family, with Harleen saying she wishes every husband respected his wife the way Sarab respects Meher. Later, Kulwant invites the Gill family to a celebration at her house. Sarab initially refuses because Param has school the next morning, but Dolly insists that Meher should at least attend her family's function. When the Gills arrive, Bittu innocently remarks that Meher never seems to call her mother anymore. Kulwant quickly covers for her daughter, claiming that Meher speaks to her privately and simply dislikes showing off her affection in front of others. The family then settles in for the gathering, where Kulwant continues entertaining her guests while quietly hinting that she has learned something very important about murder, leaving everyone curious about what she is planning next.